Good afternoon, everyone. So we're going to have a wander around the park today. So thank you for everyone who sent in some drawings yesterday. We had loads of really nice pictures of birds submitted on our Facebook page. So you can have a look through there and see what people sent over. So a lot of people requested various animals which they wanted to see. So today we're going to be heading around the park. We'll do most of the park today. I won't be going around the big cat bit because we had the big cat talk yesterday. And so we're starting with the wolves and we're going to head all the way around to the giraffes. So here we've got our Barbary macaques. There's our big boy alpha male. That's Momo. That's a handsome chap. We've got so much going on that for some reason in my head actually I thought I was going to be on the radio tomorrow. That's the problem at the moment. All our days are sort of melting into one, so keeping track of our schedules proving a bit difficult at the moment, so I'm glad it went all right. So here we've got our wolves. So we've got two wolves here, a male and a female. So there we've got our girl Dakota. So today we're going to start down here with the wolves, head over to see the red pandas, the meerkats, the otters, and then we'll probably go up through the goats and see the baby goats and the wallabies, see if we can spot that Joey again. And then we're going to head past the tigers and mandrills, penguins, and then up towards the giraffes and sort of everything that we see in between. If anyone missed it, yesterday we had a really nice... Oh, hello Dakota. So yesterday we had a really nice big cat talk with Sarah. So if you go back and have a look at that, that was a really good one. And then we've got Mowgli, he's over the back there. And we miss having you all over here. So we can't wait to have you all back. Some people riding up the street, putting Mowgli off. So if you can hear the chimps, they're all kicking off at the moment. Probably Lucas involved. It's quite funny, if you speak to any of our primate keepers, they can actually tell you who's shouting without looking at them. They all recognise their different voices. No, so we've got just the two now. So we've got one older female, and her sister sadly passed away over the winter. She was quite old. In fact, the one we've got left at the moment, she's one of the oldest females in Europe, and her sister was even older. And then we had quite a few pups, but they went to Colchester Zoo. So we're looking into the options for Mowgli at the moment, so to see what we can do with him, see if we can maybe either pair him up with someone here or replace him here and send him off somewhere else where he might be able to breed. So we have to watch this space. So there's our smooth coated otters. So really playful animals. A lot of people like the otters. Yeah, so we're going to head over to the flamingos in a minute. She said the otters are always a nice distraction. So they're always playful, so you can see there they're playing with a little pebble. So we've got loads of really smooth pebbles down there, and they actually store them under the water. So they've all got their favourite sort of stash of pebbles which they store underwater where you can't see them. I don't know if you can hear the chimps. So we're not going to be seeing the chimps today. We always have a little bit of trouble with them because I don't get any signal in there. So we're going to see if we can maybe see the orangutans. How many otters do we have down here? I think we've got 6 down here. And then we've got 2 of the Asian short-clawed otters as well. Oh look, we've got some ducklings here as well. So every year we do have a lot of ducks that come to us because we've got quite a few waterways, and obviously there's a lot of food about because we're feeding our animals. We do always get some wild freeloader ducks come over and use the protected Wingham Wildlife Park as their little breeding centre. So there's one of those. I would bet pretty much anything that Lucas was in some way involved with what was happening in the chimp house. He's always involved in some way, in one way or another. So there's our flamingos. So we've got Chilean flamingos here. So they're quite a sort of pale pink colour. Then down at Sandwich Wildlife Park we've got lesser flamingos there, which are much smaller, but they've got a really, really beautiful face. Yeah, what I'll do is I will have a look to see if there's something which I can do with the chimps. We'll have a look. The other week, I think it might have been the start of this week actually, we did a stream from their outside bit which worked quite well. But I'll see if I can do a video about a few of them. Zoom back out. So I hope everyone's keeping safe and staying healthy. Although especially with the supermarkets, I think things are starting to calm down a little bit, making it a little bit easier. I think everyone's starting to get a little bit more used to what we're having to do at the moment. So hopefully you're all doing well. And above all, keeping healthy and keeping safe. And we all can't wait to have you all back. Hi Amanda. Nice of you to turn up this time. So these are pelicans. So we got pink-backed pelicans here. So we got 1 girl and 2 boys. Are they busy? See, I always only get to go in the evening, so when I go, they are usually quite quiet, but at least they're sort of fairly well stocked. I think by the end of the day, there's still, I haven't been able to get eggs or pasta for about 4 weeks. But other than that, things are starting to come back a little bit. I managed to get some pasta sauce to go with the last bits of pasta I had at home, and at least milk I can get now, so things aren't too bad. So we've got a Cussy Mance here who's sitting right in the shade, so I can't see him. Oh, there we are. Hi Gemma, hi Leo. Everyone else got nice weather at the moment. Hopefully everyone, a lot of you have got gardens and things that you can sit in. I bet it must be horrible if you're stuck indoors, so I do feel for you if that's the case. So if the flamingos, if they're doing sort of a funny like dance type thing, that is more than likely a few mating displays going on at the same time. Oh, Cussy Mance are having a little rumble. That's always a problem with social animals. They're never very sociable. So these ones have quite a strict hierarchy, just like the meerkats. So we're not going to see the cheetahs today, but if you have a look back at the video which we did yesterday, we had a nice talk about the cheetah there. Hi Brooke and Holly. An hour to queue. Oh. Like I said, but when I go in the evening it's usually quite quiet, but like I said, the payoff is that there's not always everything I want there. I'm glad I'm keeping your dog entertained. We do still have a cheetah, yeah. Hi Lily. So I'm just catching up on everyone's chat. The pelican's beaks, they are, I would say, must be maybe half a metre long, half a metre thereabouts. Hi Erin and Malik. Hi Matt, yep, we are putting your passes on hold while you're not able to come in, so don't worry about that. So well, we're not putting them on hold. What we're going to do is afterwards we're going to add on any time that you've missed, so don't worry about that. Hi Caitlin. We're not going to see the bats today, because I always lose signal in there and my camera doesn't pick it up very well in there anyway. I have to see if I can do a video of the bats maybe. Hi Harry. Yeah, we're going to see the giraffes right at the end. That's where we're going to finish today. How many meerkats have we got? Off the top of my head, 5. Possibly 6 with the young one. I'm going to feed them in a second. I've remembered food from today. Pelican's beak holds more than his belly can. Sounds like me. I've always got a belly, eyes bigger than my mouth. Hi Charlotte and Holly. Hi Thomas. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing these tours as long as you guys are watching. So if you want to keep seeing them, keep watching them. Right, let's get these some food. They're always really patiently waiting for food every time I come up here. Hey little guy, shall I throw some up for you? So you don't need to leave your guard post. There you go. That way you can keep to his duties. I'm not sure which one is the oldest one. I think this one here is the oldest individual, but I don't know how old she is, I'm afraid. So I think this is our old alpha female, but where she's getting a little bit older now, she's one of the others has taken over, which is why you can see she's got a little bit of a sore patch on her tail there. That's just where part of meerkat life is, that the hierarchy needs to change now and again. So for me, my favourite animals are probably the Gray's monitors. We haven't got any beavers, no. So I'm just going to throw these in here. Again, in the pet village, I don't get any signal in there, so I'm not going to go in there, I'm afraid. Hi Harrison. Hi William. Lauren. The penguin experience is really good. I really enjoy going up and seeing them when they feed as well. Red pandas. No, you haven't missed them? Well, you might have done. I think we've all missed them. I think they might all be in there. They might be, oh, no, there they are. They're hiding around the corner. Don't worry. Hi Thomas. Hi Harry. Yeah, we'll be seeing the giraffes in a bit. This is my favourite animals, I think, are the Gray's monitors. So there we have a red panda. I think that one might be Yuzu, and then Meishan is in the box. Hi Jude and Eli. Favourite mammal? I really like the chimps just because they're big characters. it'd be nice if we can do a giraffe experience yet. So we're still working on sort of the finer details of that. So we'll have to let you know what happens with that. We'll confirm things closer to the time. Hi Juliet, all the way from USA. Hope you're keeping safe over there. Hi Oakley and Aurora, Leo. Hi Anne. If you come in the summer, this is probably the most common position that you'll see these guys and the bintrongs in. They're not huge fans of the hot weather. So we do always spend a lot of time cooling these guys down. No, the chimps are still in the same enclosure. Red panda, so they mainly eat bamboo, but we do also give them some fresh produce, and they have what's called panda cake, which is a sort of specialist food which we buy in. It comes as a dry powder, and then it makes like you mix it with water, it gets all gooey, and you make little cakes. I haven't got the ages for the red pandas. I think Yuzu's only about 4 years old. I think Mei Shan's maybe a couple of years older. We're not going to see the crocs today, but I have had a lot of people ask because I don't get any signal in the reptile house. So I'm going to do another video next week with reptiles, and then we'll have a look at them pre-recorded. Hi to the Hornsby children. Hope you're behaving yourselves and doing plenty of learning while you're not at school. I'm glad it made it. So yeah, the adoption packs are taking a little bit longer to get out at the moment because obviously we're not able to get out all the time. So Yuzu only arrived later last year, so we did used to just have the one, and then Mei Shan got herself a boyfriend. Hi Daisy. Right, so here we've got some of our birds. Hello. Sometimes they do talk, they don't tend to talk to me. They just sort of blank me. So we've got Rosie and Chico are two of our best talkers. Then we have got some African grey parrots over the back as well. Also talk really well. Hi guys. Hi Freya and Spencer. And Preston and Mason down in Cornwall. Nice. How's the weather down in Cornwall? Hopefully you're keeping safe down there, but able to enjoy a little bit of sun. How many big cats have we got? So we've got the tigers, jaguars, pumas, cheetahs, lions, and if you want to include the sort of biggish cats, we've got the clouded leopards and the Eurasian lynx as well. Hi Katie and Ben. We've just seen the meerkats, I'm afraid. They're back that way. So once this is finished, you can just see one there. If you go back a little bit once this is done, you can see the meerkats there. I gave them a nice little feed. So a lot of people always ask us about what our rarest animal is. I always like to point them out. It's actually, he's sitting right in the shade so I can't see him. It's our Edwards pheasants. So you can just see him at the back there. We've got females sitting on eggs at the moment, so fingers crossed for those. Hi Lexi. Yeah, so we're hoping that the red pandas will breed. Well, actually, in fact, we're hoping that they already have bred. So breeding season for those is over. And so we're hoping that he's done the job. We should find out probably in a few weeks or so. So they're on the stud book, and we do have permission to breed them this year. So hopefully we haven't missed out on that. But it's that would be the first young that he's produced. So hopefully he's doing everything right. Hi Isla and Ruben. Hi Matthew. What was the question I saw earlier? So in terms of the interaction, the animals, they don't seem to be too worried about the lack of people. The only thing that's sort of putting them off a little bit is that they've got a slightly different routine at the moment, because we are working with a slightly smaller team at the moment. Hi Lexi and Sky. So by the end of the day, you can't get to most of the goats because they roost themselves in sort of quite a lot of the bushes and things here, so they keep themselves safe anyway. There's our goats. So we don't put them away ourselves. Hi Macy. So we've got no plans to get kangaroos at the moment. We're quite happy with our little wallabies. Oh, thank you very much, Sophie. Yeah, so we managed to get a few bits of veg early in the week, so that was nice. Hi Kathy, yeah, so I didn't know how best to put it. But yeah, this is our first year with that male red panda, and he hasn't bred before that. Before he was here, he was living in a bachelor group. So we'll see if he knows what to do this year. I'm sure Meishan will be a really nice mum. How old are the tigers? Let me try and work this out. I think that must be 7 years old, 8 years old. Yeah, 7 I think. I'm sure if Heather's still in here, she'll correct me if I'm wrong. So at the moment I am the cover keeper as well for the reptile section. So that's where I started off. My career was in the reptile house. But I am trained as well with all the big cats, the great apes, and those sorts of animals. I've never done anything with the birds or the small mammals, but I can sort of jump on most sections. I knew I could count on Heather. The tigers are 9. I wasn't too far out. Yeah, so if anyone wanted to drop off fruit and veg, obviously only if you are travelling past anyway for a specific reason, like going shopping or so. Don't worry about coming out just to see us. But yeah, you can just literally drop things in our car park and then either leave us a message, or we check the car park a few times a day anyway, so we'll always see it if we do get something dropped off there. What animals don't I like? I haven't got any animals really I don't like. Well, not that we've got. I'm not a big fan of ferrets. I know, a weird one to choose, but yeah, I'm not too keen on ferrets. No particular reason. I think they're terrifying little things. I've never had sort of the biggest interest in birds, which is why I've not worked with them, but it's not that I don't like birds. So we got one cheetah here and one at Sandwich. Our cubs have now gone to the Wildlife Heritage Foundation and Beeksbergen Safari Park in the Netherlands. Dominique, so what happened to, so Dominique was, she was quite an old donkey, so she was already an adult when we got her, and sadly, this is quite, must be 2 or 3 years ago now, we had to make the decision to put her to sleep, because she had quite bad arthritis, and it wasn't, she was quite an uncomfortable animal at that point, so we made that decision. Like I said, that was a good few years ago now. Oh sorry, I was stroking him. Let's go back to him there. I didn't tell you who this was. I was distracted trying to read the questions while I was stroking his nose. So this is Reggie. Yes. Hello, Reggie, mate. Come here. Reggie. So Reggie is our sort of real life Bambi. Sadly, Reggie's mum was hit by a car, and she gave birth to him just a few moments later. Sadly, she didn't make it, so he's an orphan. But he's been with us since he was, I think, 3 months old. So the gamekeeper who found him had him for the first sort of couple of months, and he hand reared him. So he's a Sika deer. So they're not actually indigenous to the UK, but we do have quite a lot down here. So yeah, so the two types of wallaby we've got here are Palmer wallabies, which are the tiny little ones, and then so they're actually the smallest of the wallabies, and then we've got Bennett's wallabies, which are the bigger grey ones. So we've got Troy and Blade. They're chilling out in the sun. He's coming back now. Here he is. And there we got Matthew.
Hello everyone.
The keepers always love it when I do that. So again with the reindeer as well, they were quite old animals when we got them, so we haven't got any reindeer at the park anymore. Now Heather, are you so excited about the tiger, or was that seeing Matt? I can't decide. One or the other. I was going to try and show you the mandrills, but they're chilling out inside at the moment in the shade. Hi fella. Yes. So we're going to come up and see the penguins for you. There's another keeper. So there we've got Simon. He's one of our cover keepers, so he works on quite a few sections. What section are you on today, Simon?
I'm on mammals today.
So he's on mammals with Matt today. So he works with the birds, the mammals. He's on carnivores. He's also trained on the primates, and he is trained on the reptiles as well. But I think reptiles is where he spends the least amount of time. So here's our penguins. So we got Humboldt's penguins here, and again, if you look back, if you have a look back at our videos, there's a video from a few days ago where we had a talk about the penguins with Becky. That was a really nice talk. Hi Mimi and Ronnie. See, we had the delivery we had the other day was from I think it was Walmerston Growers, which actually I didn't even realise. They're just right behind us. So someone phoned them up, and they delivered some vegetables round for us, and it's really, really good quality veg as well. So especially once this is all over, or if you're in the local area at the moment and you're looking for veg and things for yourself, Walmerston Growers, it was really, really nice stuff. I think we do sell pearl, but I wouldn't be able to tell you which one's which, I'm afraid. So food supplies for the penguins at the moment are going well. So the supplier that we've got for those is doing a really good job. And he actually said right from the start that he would only give people what they would usually order. So he wasn't letting people panic buy at all for their penguins, which actually worked out really well. So he's been able to keep up with demand. Welcome back, Susie. I could do with a cuppa. I always end these with a sore throat. Hi, Brandon and Mia. Although I have got used to talking to a phone for an hour now. It was a little bit weird when I first started doing these, but I've got used to it now. Right. So I think with pretty much everything we're doing quite well at the moment. So fruit and veg is the main thing that we struggle with ourselves, just like you are as well. So that's not a surprise. But other than that, we're doing okay. Especially with people who are helping with the Amazon wish list. That's always really helpful. So we're getting a lot of our dry food that way. Other than some of our really specialist foods, which obviously you can't get on Amazon, so you can't get food for so the food which we have for the tapirs, for example, you can't get on there. The panda cakes, all that sort of thing you can't get, but pig food, dog food, we have a few of the more expensive specialist dog foods, bird food, all those sort of things we're getting through on there, so thank you very much for those. Penguin babies, I might have to try and do a little video for you soon, because we might have some little surprises for you there. Anyone like to see some penguin babies? Won't be now, but I might be able to sort out some baby penguin videos. I have to double check, because we are certainly due to have some hatch, if we haven't had them hatch already. So give me a thumbs up if you want to see baby penguins. A thumbs down if you don't. I can't imagine there'll be many of them. Dog food, so it's only dry dog food, and at the moment we use a really specialised one for the main wolf in Sandwich, and then we have a slightly less specialised but still quite a specialist one for the binturongs, and then we use normal dry dog food for to supplement the diet of the raccoons, coatis and raccoon dogs, and that one's just a standard dry dog food. There's a lot of thumbs up there. I will have a chat with Becky when she's next in and have a look to see if we've got some baby penguins already. I know that we have got some eggs, so we might have some, and I will look into that for you. I thought you might like to see that. I know you're coming back tomorrow, aren't you, Sid? So tomorrow we've got a tapir talk with Matt, who you saw earlier. So he's going to have a chat with us about our two tapirs, which I would say, well, I'm not sure how it stands at the moment, how the little rating stands for Matt, but certainly up until the giraffes arrived, Nando and Kathleen were by far his favourite animals. We have to see how they are compared to giraffes now. Someone will have to ask him that tomorrow. I don't know, he might refuse to answer. I'm really glad a lot of you still enjoy these tours, and like I said, as long as you're watching them, I'm going to keep doing them. If you get bored of them, I'll stop. But I am trying to get a few of the keepers to do some talks as well, but obviously they are also quite busy. I'm quite lucky that what I'm doing is just covering for some of them if they need help, so I do get a little bit more time to do things like this for them. But we do think it's really important to keep you guys involved and keep you remembering the animals and seeing them, because I know a lot of you really support us and love seeing the animals. So he's become a little bit of a fixture on these now. So this is Ted. Hello, mate. So Ted is an Aldabra tortoise from the Seychelles. So this is our male. He lives with 3 girls, who at the moment, so they're still not fully mature yet. So at the moment they completely ignore him. They're not worried about. So the only one that's not real is the one at the back there. So that's a model to show roughly what sort of size they're going to get to, and all the others are real. We don't have any Galapagos tortoises here. I think the closest ones to us are up in London, I think. So as I said, this is Ted the tortoise. He's only about, well, at the most half grown, so he's just over 80 kilos. As I found out with one of our keepers 2 days ago, because he was being stubborn and didn't want to go in. But yeah, so he's 80 kilos, with just over, and he should get to at least 150, 160 kilos, but he can get up to 250 kilos or so. So he's at least half grown, maybe even less than that. So I think sexual maturity, I wouldn't expect them to breed until they're probably about 15 to 20 years old. I mean, they get to, on average, 100 years, 120 years. So they do mature quite late. And maybe 15 is a little bit late, but certainly sort of around the 12-year mark or so. I wouldn't expect them to breed before that. He loves a chin scratch. So much so we're thinking about doing an experience with him. So I know a lot of people really like him. So let us know if you want to have a chance of meeting him, and we'll see if that's something that we can organise for once we're back open again. So here's our binturongs. You can't see him very well because of the reflection. It's too sunny. Can you believe it? Too sunny. Right, so I'm going to assume, Julie, that you mean how long can Ted live for, not how long can he love for, because that's a very different question. So he can live for probably on average 100 years, possibly up to about 120 or so. So maybe we can see the binturongs from here. There we are. At the moment they are coming up, they're slightly different ages, but coming up to about 10 years each. So the baby binturongs are nearly the same size as the adults now. So I think that's mum at the front there. Unless they're too young behind her, so you can see that they're not far off. Ted, I believe he's 10. So if the sulcata tortoise is at any, he probably can love 4 hours. The only thing that the animals really seem to have noticed is that their routine's slightly different. So they're not acting any different really, which I think is a good thing. It shows that we don't need to worry about them seeing you guys when we open back up. We know that having the public around isn't causing them any stress. So especially with the chimps, we do a long-term sort of study with them anyway, every day. 3 times a day we check what they're doing, we keep an eye on who they're with, and if they're doing anything they shouldn't be doing. And like I said to someone the other day, I think maybe once this is over I can have a look at putting a report together and sharing all that data with you, so you can see what the chimps really get up to throughout the day. So these are short-clawed otters, and as you can see we managed to fix the pump. So for the last few days, I know I've been telling you that we've been waiting for a part. I think Tony managed to fashion something together himself. So Tony fixed that. So we're just waiting for it to work its way through the water and clear it all up. So that it might take a little while. So these are a different type of otter, so they're not with the smooth coated otters, because they wouldn't get on. I think that would only be bad news for the Asian short-clawed otter, because they're about half the size, if not smaller. So this is a different species. And they eat a mixture of things, so it's mainly fish and rats. so it depends on the day, and then they have a few other little bits added onto their diet as well. We do have an auto experience, so it's a training experience. So each day we do some training with them where you get to look at their mouth, look at underneath their paws, just so like a little health check, similar to what we do with the tigers. And with the experience, you help with that. So Troy and Blade. So at the moment, here's China, the clouded leopard. So Troy and Blade don't get their 2:30 feed at the moment. So with the big cats, we are working a little bit more hands off. So we're not doing any hands-on training, hands-on feeding, or hand contact, even through the wire or anything like that. Which is a shame. I know that it's very hard for the keepers, but it's just to make sure that we're keeping everyone safe, staff and animals alike. Let's see if Roots is in a different place today. I keep getting challenged to... Yes, he is in a different place. You'll be able to see Roots really well today. No, so none of our cats are showing any signs of COVID. So there was that story from Bronx Zoo. Obviously that is an isolated case, but it's not something that we can just ignore. So we have got a few sort of different bits in place just to make sure, just as a precaution. So it looks like we're losing a bit of signal out there, so I'm going to come back down. Yeah, with these things, it's always best to be safe than sorry. So we've done the same with the primates ever since we shut the park. So we've got separate kitchens at the moment, a little makeshift kitchen for the primate keepers. The carnivore keepers have their own kitchen anyway. So here's our horses. So we had someone did ask to see these. So we've got William here, that's our boy, and Duchess over there, that's our girl. So if anyone's asked, we do still have the baby, but she's not living with them at the moment. So Marie, so she's living with another horse, which we have out the front. So these are American miniature horses. There's always a lot of the sort of big American miniature horse breeders always say these are not ponies. I don't really understand it. Looks like a pony to me, but it's a little horse. Nope, so we're going to finish with the giraffes. So that's where we're just heading down to now. We're going to finish off with the giraffes. I was hoping that Belayan or one of the other orangutans might be out, but usually if he's not out, that means the others probably won't be out either. So we've got our chilled out colobus monkeys. So we're going to see the giraffes in just a minute. Hi Isla, I'm glad you like the horses. We do have pigs, so we've got a wild type of pig. So the pigs which we've got here are the Visayan warty pigs, which are from the Philippines, and they are endangered. So we've got a bachelor group here. Maybe one day we'll breed them as well, we'll see. They got a really cool hairdo. So no one's seen the giraffes yet in real life, none of our visitors. So they arrived around the same time that we shut the park. So they've been here, must be coming up to 3 weeks, I think, or 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to see those in a minute. but they'll be here for when we open back up again, and we can't wait for you all to see them. They're really a couple of characters. So here we've got our black-crested mangabees. So there's our male Vladek. Hi Tilly, Bertie and Flo. Ah, there we are. And I don't even need to use my legs to go upstairs because they're already out for us. So there we've got Jerky the Blessbok on the far left. That's that little guy. And then in the middle, so out of the giraffes on the left, we've got Robin, and on the right is Rudy. So Rudy is the bigger. And he is actually only a day older than Robin. But he's quite a bit bigger. So yeah, Jin has settled in really well. Hi Ruben. So they were born on the 25th and 26th of June, and they are 3 years old. And they're absolutely gorgeous. So it's not a gazelle, it's a type of antelope called a blessbok. We'll go up the slope and have a closer look at them. We're just waiting for a girlfriend to arrive for the blessbok. And with the giraffes, we're only going to have males here. So at the moment we've got these two boys, and they are half brothers. So they came from Woburn Safari Park, and we're going to have another two joining us. But with everything that's going on, we're not sort of rushing too much as to when that's going to be happening. But we have to wait and see. Yeah, so we have really bad reception. Oh, they're coming nice and close to me now. We get really bad reception in the orangutans. So what I would try and do, because at the moment, especially where it's hot, they're spending a lot of time indoors. Look at these guys. I'll see if I can maybe get a video done with those pre-recorded for you. So the personalities, when they first arrived, so when they were at Woburn, oh sorry, sorry, I just looked down, I don't like heights, that was a bad idea, right, so that's why I'm stepping back at it. Right, so when they first arrived, Robin was the subordinate one, and Rudy over there, he was the sort of more dominant male. Which you would expect because of their size, but now that they're settling in over here, Robin is actually taking on the role of the man in charge. So their personalities are absolutely brilliant. They're really starting to come out of their shell now. So giraffes are characters. They're really, really clumsy. The best time to see how clumsy they are is when they run. I think watching them run is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, really clumsy animals. But they're really exploring the enclosure now. I'm gonna have a look from over here and maybe get a little bit closer. So like I say to people as well, is we've got no shaded areas out here, because it does make it a little bit more difficult with having to make sort of strapping to keep everything safe and stop it blowing in the wind, etc. So what they have here is access to their inside area all the time. So if they want shade, they can go indoors. There's not going to be sort of times where they're sort of being locked out, locked in, or anything like that. So you don't need to worry about that. And then we've got food over here for them. Then we've got another area over there which we'll get using eventually. They've got plenty of space to explore. So you can see that wherever Robin goes, Rudy's always behind him. And so's little Jerky. He's becoming quite a sort of a... I think he's an honorary giraffe now. He's always with them. It is really quite windy uphill. They're coming right up to me. Hi fella. Hi Robin. How are you? Good boy. Hi Rudy. I haven't got anything for you, I'm afraid, though. Well, that was nice. That just goes to show how much they are settling in over here. I like what someone said the other day, because I said we were just waiting for a girlfriend for the blessed Bok, and someone said, "Oh, that must be horrible that you're waiting for a girlfriend, and then two really tall fellas in funny pajamas arrive." Sorry, I've stolen someone's joke there, and it's that really tickled me the other day. Right, so I'm going to head off now. So that's it for today. Sorry we didn't see the orangutans. Like I said, as soon as I go inside I always lose signal, so I won't worry about that today, but I will try and get a video done for you. Right, so again, thank you all for joining us. I'm going to keep doing these tours as long as you're going to keep watching them, and then as always we just want to say huge thank you to everyone who's supporting us. So that's whether you're sending donations or doing things on the Amazon wish list, or even just supporting us by keeping us in your minds and watching us on these videos. It really helps us a lot just by you watching these videos and spending some time with us. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, we can't wait to have you all back. We really can't wait. Thank you very much, and see you again soon. Cheers, bye.